Hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming in tonight. We have a special guest. We have Pops, Steve Miller in the house.
Oh, me.
And for those of you who don't know who Steve is, we're going to play a short little video right here at the beginning so that everybody can get to know him, and then you'll have questions to ask him, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Let me check the comments real quick. Hey, Derek. Hey, DJ. Thank you. Hi, Sherry. Thanks for tagging. Yes, get tag. Follow. Let me do the followers one. There we go. Hey, Lopez. Good to see you here tonight. Hey, Stephanie. There's Tom Manning. He hasn't made it across the continent yet, but he's moving out of the country. I don't know if he's going to be. Yeah, I'm not sure we're going to be able to call and text like we have been when he gets down south.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nancy. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start this video and let you guys get to know Steve a little bit.
That's why TV. We are starting this thing off today. Today we're headed over to Steve's house. Steve suffers from acute seizures. He suffers from, it's basically what we're walking into. We're walking into his house. He's unmedicated. He uses a medication that is obviously infused with cannabis oil to help alleviate his essential tremors. I talked to his family. His family's basically saying, hurry, about 15 minutes away. He can barely walk straight. We are going to be walking into an actively stressful situation. If stressful situations make you stressed, then I suggest you bounce, because even your boy's a little bit. Just kidding. This is what I was meant to do. This is it right here. All right, cool. Here we go.
The worst I've ever seen him.
The worst?
The worst.
Okay.
This is the worst he's ever been.
Let's get it done. Believe in the power of the healing of the Holy Spirit.
Yes, we need to pray over him before.
Let's go.
We need to get.
Steve. Hi, baby.
Amen.
Let's get this prayer going.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's okay. You're okay.
Oh.
All good. Y'all ready to pray?
Yes,
Yes, let's pray.
God, thank you for this day. Thank you for this time, Lord. I just ask that you continue to allow the healing of your Holy Spirit. Steve,
opportunity.
I love you.
I love you.
He's got a test over there that he wants to.
Yes, you
have to get up.
let's
Ready?
do the touch nose and that stuff
Okay.
first, and then we'll
Okay, let's
do the water.
I'm ready for you. You ready?
I don't know.
You can do this.
Give me a minute.
Left finger. Good job, good job, good job.
Good job.
Good job. Okay. Both of them. Right finger. It's all right, it's all right.
Good
it's all
job.
right.
Good job.
Left finger. Good job, good job.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job. Doing great, Pops. You're doing great. I love you.
Empty, right?
Yep. Not full.
Good job. Good job.
You did it. You did it.
Crushed it.
Okay. There's not enough to pour.
It's all right.
Okay.
Top one's the right.
Fuck. Spirals or straight first?
Spirals and then straight. Straight line, all the way across.
Yeah. The road through the mountains.
You kept it on the paper though this time.
Yeah.
You're doing good. You got this.
You got bacon and pops.
You got this, babe. You got this. We're almost there.
Wait a minute.
Okay, it's okay.
You're all right,
It's
brother.
okay. We got you. We got you.
Can we go ahead, Nancy?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
need to.
Let's dose.
I'm finishing.
Okay.
I'm
No.
finishing.
Okay, it's up to him. It's his video.
I'm finishing no matter what.
You're strong, brother.
I love
Let
you.
me know when you're ready. Let's go, brother.
Yep, this is your last time. We aren't gonna do this anymore. Masterpiece right there. It's a masterpiece. Let's dose. Let's dose.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit for a minute.
You want to sit
Okay.
down?
Yeah, I'm gonna sit for a minute.
Do you want to use the dragon?
Yeah. I want to use the
Do you want to use the regular formula first? The long
yeah,
version?
the 87.
He hasn't dosed since yesterday.
Getting good.
Get him good.
Hold on.
Rub it in.
All right.
Yeah. Oh,
You look like you're more relaxed than you were just a minute ago, for sure.
shit.
There's my friend.
You want some more on your wrist?
But look how much calmer you are.
There we go. That's probably a little over 6. But
That's right.
Perfect. That finger. Perfect. Comes out. Right finger. Perfect. Left finger. Perfect. Alright.
Another water.
Yep.
That's already better.
It's amazing. Oh, now you're showing off. Look how amazing that is. Not dosed and dosed. Amazing.
5 minutes.
And what took all of almost 10 minutes took not even a minute.
Oh, it took me that long to get that walk out.
Almost.
Shit.
Last time, dude. No more of that, okay?
No.
Never again.
I can't. And that's why.
So now you know.
Now you know.
Yeah. That explains a whole lot, and we don't have to do a big, huge backstory.
Yeah.
But thank you guys all for joining us tonight. I met Steve because he's been a huge advocate for cannabis from the beginning here in Oklahoma. I don't even remember where we ran into each other the first time.
There's no telling.
There's
I
no
was
telling.
all over the place.
And
Most people ran into me at Relax Park.
Relax Park, yeah,
Yeah.
we did spend a little bit of time at Relax Park, and a lot of people I met up with at either, High Times Cup or Cowboy Cup or
Yeah, I didn't get to any of those.
Harvest Fest. Yeah, I haven't been going to any of those here lately. I think we might have to do the which one are you judging? Cowboy Cup.
Yeah, Cowboy Cup I want to go to
Yeah, I
again
think-
this year. I
Yeah,
went to it last year. It was pretty good. This year I hit Turf Club and Harvest Fest.
yeah. But I ran into you at so many of the smaller events, like down there at Allen Wheeler's or out at Hot County Hideout with the
Right.
chili cook-off, or
It could have been Hot County Hideout. That
I
we
know. I
don't
already knew
know.
you by the
Yeah,
time
that's probably
the
true.
chili
Yeah.
cook-off came around.
Had to be Relax Park or one of those. I ran into so many people, I don't know where I met them. You know, but we know each other well now, so it's all cool.
But now you're battling some new issues, and you're going to try some new strains.
Yeah, I have learned, and I always thought that when you get sick, and I got diagnosed with prostate cancer about 2 months ago, and I noticed that the drops I'm using to control my tremors are not doing as well as they were before. And I had to go up on my daily RSO use from about 1/10 of a gram to 1/4 of a gram, because it's taken the cancer, the cannabis is going towards the biggest problem you've got in your body. And that's what it's supposed to do. But it's leaving my tremors out here, and I'm still I'm shaking more than I used to.
Well, and with the dosing on the Rick Simpson, the RSO, or the FICO, they recommend you start with a 1/2 grain of rice and then double it till you get up to 1 gram a day to beat cancer. I think it's 90. What is it? 60 grams in 90 days, or 90 grams in 60 days? I forget. I probably dyslexic.
I think it's 60 and 90.
Yeah, you got to ingest 60 grams within 90 days.
And my prostate is 80 to 85% affected. So the only thing we can do is pull it out. And that's what they're going to do. We're going to have surgery, but it has not spread anywhere else. And
well, that's good. That's good.
I believe the cannabis has kept it from spreading.
And having a colostomy bag is not the worst thing in the world.
Nope. I'm still going to be alive.
You're still going to be running around. You're still going to be doing your thing.
And I probably won't have to have the colostomy bag, because the new way they do it.
Oh, they just stretch the intestine.
Yeah. Well, they pull the prostate out through the urethra. So that's something to look forward to, by the way.
Did y'all hear that? This man's going to have a baby named Prostrate.
I haven't decided what to call it yet, but I'm going to give it a name.
You're going to have to give that thing a name. And, okay.
But I'm upbeat. I'm not going to dwell on it because there's no sense in it. A lot of people get hooked where the word cancer, they get it in their mind, they can't get rid of it. That's not the way you battle it. You have to not think about it. Don't dwell on it. Go out and do your life like you're going to do.
And if you look up the definition of a cancerous cell, we all have cancerous cells.
Yes.
They're just not replicating and spreading at a rapid rate.
Right.
But we all have some form of cancerous cells.
Yes, we do.
Pretty much every age spot or mole or
I guess so.
Yeah. A lot of our scars have cancerous tissue in them by the definition of cancer.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, thankfully, cannabis has helped with a lot of things. And if you have to go through radiation or chemotherapy, cannabis can help tremendously with the side effects.
And on the other side of things, if you remember back about 1.5 years ago, I was going to go through brain surgery and then have open heart surgery.
I remember that.
That was all just a money grab by doctors.
So I have this theory that the better your health insurance is, the more things that will be wrong with you when you go to the doctor.
Exactly.
I think it's directly proportionate. If you're on like state healthcare, Medicaid, Medicare, you're almost not ever sick.
Right. I was on.
You're sick to a limit.
Right. I was going to. It was a mental health facility here in Norman, and they also did physical exams too. Well, my PSA back 15 years ago came up 20, which is it's not supposed to be over 8, I believe. So the PSA is what determines whether you have prostate. They know you have prostate cancer or not. Well, they just let it drop, and of course I did too, because
you didn't know what PSA 20 was.
I think the doctor said that it wasn't anything to worry about, so I didn't worry about it.
Oh, you didn't have good enough insurance then.
Right. So now, since it came up, you know, they were really surprised when I did the PET scan and it came back with no cancer spreading, no nothing.
After all this time.
Right. And they said that the only thing that could have caused it not to come back, they theorized, and they probably wouldn't want me to tell everybody they said this, but they think that the cannabis kept it from spreading.
Yeah, the
Because
constant
I've been
dosing of cannabis.
Right. I've been taking cannabis every night for the last 5 years.
Since it became legal here in Oklahoma.
Right. And it's helped. It's the only reason I sleep at night is because of RSO FICO.
Yeah.
It slows my inner tremor down enough to where I don't feel like I'm vibrating off the bed, you know?
Because even when you're not shaking on the outside, you're still shaking on the inside.
The inside, the inner tremor stays going 24/7. And it's, I don't know, everybody's been shocked by electricity.
Yeah.
And you'll feel that
That's it.
vibration.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what it feels like inside me.
And if you're not
All the
sure, get a
time.
9-volt battery and stick it on your tongue right now. Just hold it there till the end of the line or till the battery dies,
Yeah.
whatever comes first.
It's helped me so much.
There's a million comments on here, and we have
Do we have
102
any
people in
questions?
the building. Thank you
Oh,
so
good.
much.
That's cool.
If you have put up a question, put it up again for us right now, and that way we can answer it. I'm sorry I have let all these comments slip away, but hit the like and love and share button so people can get in on this amazing
Yes.
story and journey.
My life is
Jeffrey
changed.
Stoltz says he knows exactly what you're talking about.
Cool.
RSO is the best for restless leg.
Yes.
I haven't tried it for that, but I need to because I do occasionally get that, and then I can't go to sleep because I can't stop moving my leg.
Right.
It's not. It doesn't hurt. It's just. It just feels so
That's-
uncomfortable that you need to move it.
Yeah. That's very similar to the inner tremor. Only you're not shaking, but the pain is there from it. And that is very similar. My whole body is doing that all day, every day. The RSO FICO slows it down enough for me to sleep at night, but it's still going. And when I get to a REM sleep, which is very seldom, if I sleep 6 hours, about 45 minutes of it will be REM sleep. And that's all I get at REM sleep. Most people.
And do you dream about vibrators?
Sometimes, yes, I do. 'Cause it's crazy.
Do you dream that you're sitting in that chair at the mall?
Sometimes it feels like I'm just hooked up to an electric
To a
something.
current.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there vibrating.
Man, I
with
wonder
it.
if we could just like hook you to ground or something.
Yeah,
Have you done any grounding work? Because it does sound like it's an electrical signal of
Yeah.
some sort.
I have, and usually if I go swimming at a lake or something, it'll calm it down pretty quick.
Wow.
But as soon as I'm out of the water, it starts
It
back
comes
up
back,
again.
yeah.
So-
That's not the same in a chlorinated pool.
No, it's not even close to the same.
Okay.
a
That's
pool-
very interesting.
A pool doesn't do anything for it at all.
Yeah, so hot tub therapy is not going to get you there. You need a real lake.
No, because you're insulated
Wow.
a lot of times.
Phil corrected me that colostomy bags are after colon cancer, and that you just might have to use a catheter for a while because they're going to pull something huge through there.
Mhm.
Wow. I don't know of anything bigger than a Q-tip that's supposed to go down there, and that's for the army.
Right.
I'm old.
It's,
I don't know what you new kids are doing these days.
yeah. I'm hoping that they can, and I think that they do. I haven't asked the question yet, but when they do cataract surgery, they vibrate it to pieces and then suck it out with a little vacuum cleaner. The lens, when they do a cataract surgery, that's how they do it. And I'm hoping that they vibrate that and break it up in pieces and suck it out like that. That
be
way
nice.
it wouldn't hurt near as bad. But who knows?
My brother has kidney stones real bad, and he saves them all. And most of them are like sand, but I've seen
Right.
some that are like a pearl, and he was like, "This one almost killed me."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of those are horrible and huge.
Cody said the RSO helped him after his stroke. He got the same RSO that you're getting today because
Okay.
you saw what I'm working with. So
Right.
it's going to be that same stuff, same stream for a while until I run out of that. And then I'll dig into the next
Right.
underneath.
Yeah. What was it he said?
He said the RSO helped him after his stroke.
Yeah, I've done a lot of research on stroke, anything neurological, because my disease is neurological.
Yeah.
And I figure that anything I can learn is good. But several places on the internet, when you look up stroke and cannabis, if you get cannabis in your system within the first hour, it will most likely keep you from having paralysis.
Oh wow!
And
it'll help stop the stroke.
Right. It helps calm it down and not do as much damage, because most of the damage, I believe, is done after the stroke is.
Yeah, Phil says he puts drops of RSO under his tongue and it hits within 20 to 30 minutes.
Right.
Ice cream. Some awesome ice cream. No, so Al, who won't come on camera, my Canna kid, and he's not a kid, he's 42 now. He just turned 42. But he uses RSO pretty much religiously for the problems he had with his arm, because that's all nerve damage. Where they pulled that tainted plate out of his arm and the nerves grew all around the screws, and now that messed him up pretty bad. So we do use the cannabis a lot, the RSO, for nerve pain management.
Right. It's great for that. I use the formula we use for pain because my neck, when I have the head tremor and start bouncing, and it goes for much over 2, 3, 4 hours, it's hurting. It hurts every muscle in my neck and everything. So I'll just put 8 drops in my hand and rub it on there.
Oh yeah, as a topical, it works really, really well. Stephanie said her mom has MS, but lives in a state where it's not legal. So she has to bring her special packages when she visits. Yes.
Those special packages are lifesavers.
They absolutely are. And thankfully, I generally have cannabis. And it's not good enough to smoke, but it's still got plenty of trichomes. After we de-seed it and we take the seeds out of it, I mean, it's kind of brown. It's lost all of its terps, but most of its THC is still there. So we can still extract from it. And even if it's seedy and you extract from it, doesn't make a difference if you leave some seeds in there.
It doesn't.
Todd said, didn't they check it through your butt? Can it come out through the same hole?
No. I wish. That's a little bit bigger hole. And it's not as long a travel.
That's awesome. Oh, Tom's has had 4 strokes. Oh no.
Jeez.
I wonder if the fungal fun that we've been having doesn't help a little bit with neurological issues. What has happened? Have you tried any mushroom therapy to see what it does? Does it affect the tremors at all?
No. Surprisingly.
Darn. So now I'm tripping and shaking. Awesome. I already feel like I'm shaking when I eat mushrooms. I can feel like the vibration of the earth. My house hums anyway. My house vibrates, all these fans and stuff and lights and ballads going. But when I get really high on shrooms, I do feel like I'm vibrating.
Yeah, as I get that. I did 4 grams at Harvest Fest.
Oh.
And it really did calm a lot of things down. I'm not sure whether it calmed my inner tremor down or not, but I kind of think it did. But I didn't sleep that night, so
right.
I was
Brenda said she
Oh, yeah.
smoked a blunt on the way to the hospital, and she guesses that's why she's good. They said she was going to die, so she smoked a blunt on the way to the hospital from the stroke.
Yes, that's what I keep.
Good. That's
I read
good.
it in several different sites.
I'm
on
sure you know what this is. Amanda Stevenson says, "I wonder if a VNS would work for you." So is that the little implant they put in your brain that sends electricity?
Yeah, it's a little different. The DBS, I think, is what she might be talking about. But yeah, that's the surgery I was going to go through. They wouldn't do heart surgery on me. So they were going to have me go through that to calm me down so they could do an angiogram, running that thing through your arm and stuff. But as it turns out, I didn't need any of that. But something I want to bring up, and there's so much truth to it, but cannabis, for me, and for the people I've seen using, it's the most powerful medication in the world, as far as I'm concerned. It does more than any pharmaceutical that I had. I took 43 different pills trying to calm my tremors down. One of them did. And it was actually a heart medication. None of the rest of them even touched it. 43 different pills in roughly 40 years is what I tried. And I come and use this cannabis, and it started, the RSO was calming it down some. Depends on what strain I was using, but the White Widow RSO is what I was using to begin with, and it was letting me sleep. And I said, okay, if it's doing that, there's got to be something that's going to help the outer tremors.
Right.
And they came up with these drops. And it took, that first time we tried it, it took about 3 or 4 minutes before it calmed down. I looked down, I was trying to figure out what was wrong with me because I wasn't shaking.
Something doesn't feel right. I feel weird.
Yeah, cannabis is controlling something that 43 different pills didn't and couldn't.
And so, is it strain specific, the drops that you used in the video?
No.
It's the cannabinoids themselves.
Right. First thing, I'm looking at different cannabinoids and terps to see if I can't do a little bit better especially with the cancer that I've got, because I'm shaking pretty good now, but I'm looking forward to doing some research myself and start doing some different stuff and see if I can't find something that'll help a little bit more.
Right. Now you're on the hunt for those strains that help you the most.
Right.
You know that you can get some relief from any cannabis.
Right.
But you're looking for the one that has the keys to all your problems.
Yeah. And I know it's going to be a combination of cannabinoids and terps.
And terps, yeah.
And the THC and CBD, CBD has to be in it. It won't work without it.
Right.
Because that's how it gets into the endocannabinoid system. Is through CBD is a catalyst to get it into your system.
Do you want to go say hi? Go say hello.
I know.
Nugs wants to say hi to Steve.
Oh, you're going to give me kisses.
He's been loving the story that we've been listening to.
Yeah.
Let me catch up on the comments.
Okay.
Donna's had 6 mini strokes, was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. Since then, she's taken herself off of 25 prescriptions a day, hasn't had any more mini strokes, and has been tested and does not have Parkinson's.
Excellent.
JT's had 2 strokes, and the last one lost the left side and took almost 6 months to get it back.
Oh,
Man, that's tough, JT.
Yeah, that is.
Sheena's good friend is battling stage 4 pancreatic cancer and has metastasized to other areas. Would like to make her FICO or RSO. Are there certain strains, whatever material you can get your hands on at this point? we're too early in the game. There's not enough research. It's still federally illegal. There are a couple of people out there researching with cannabis pretty heavily. Mara Gordon is one of those. She's out in California. I wish I could remember the name of her company. But if you Google Mara Gordon cannabis, you'll come up with her, or Mara Gordon cancer, and you'll come up with her for sure. Cody says he's scared to take the shrooms.
I was too. But I started microdosing small
Yeah,
amount.
just a little piece, just
Yeah.
a tiny piece. Start with that. The microdose is wonderful. It won't mess you up. It won't keep you
No.
awake for a long time. Jeffrey says he's tried every type of herb to make RSO and never had a dud. Yeah, once you concentrate it that much, you could probably make RSO out of the old ditchweed back in the day.
Probably.
If we'd have known to make RSO with
Right.
the old ditchweed back in the day, but we
I
didn't
never
know.
dreamed about that. But it's actually, you're just using the tar from the plant, is what it is.
Amanda said that stimulator goes in the vagal nerve.
Yeah, that's
In the
something totally
chest.
different.
Yeah, no, it's a neurological thing, and I don't think that they have. I mean, they've talked about different surgeries over the years.
Yeah,
to
what they
with you.
do is they'll put 2 probes in your brain, and then they run the wires down through your neck and into your chest, and they will put a pacemaker basically in your chest that controls the pulses going to your brain. And that's supposed to help with the tremors. And then there's another way that's ultrasound that they use. And I didn't like that because it burns brain cells and you don't get them back.
Hey, that's what they used to say about cannabis, though. But I was like, I can live with. I was like, I got plenty of brain cells. I'm only using 1% of them anyway. I can burn 99% up, right?
Yep. You can burn all of them. I don't think it makes any difference.
Nice. Joseph got off that Kepra taking Fico. Fico is actually really, really wonderful. Derek wants to know, do you find the higher THC stuff or the more balanced stuff works better? And then you just said it needs CBD, so I'm going to say the more balanced stuff and answer it for him.
Yeah, the more balanced, really, what I like to find is something that they've made out of 3 or 4 different strains.
Right. When they've
Help.
already got it mixed together. Yeah.
That helps better than anything. But, it just depends on what you want to do. There's so many things that FICO will do. It's kind of like THCV. If you take a lot of it, it helps lose weight. If you take a little of it, it helps you gain weight. It just depends on the circumstance you need to use it for and what you want to use it.
Right. Derek said he just did the Terrence McKenna experiment. Nice, Derek. Thank you, Canna Queen. She says she loves the guest today.
Thank you.
And Buckeye says the stimulators are bad. They cause more problems, and then you got to fight with them to take it back out.
Yeah. And you have to get the batteries replaced every once in a while, which is another surgery.
Oh, my goodness. Cut me open because my batteries have died. Oh, I can't do that.
It's ridiculous.
Jeffrey's absolutely right. It is all about selecting terps that are good for your medical needs.
Yeah.
And like people say, oh, I can't smoke sativas. No, you can't smoke the terpene that was in the sativa you got a hold of. That's what it is. And some people are like, no, I can't smoke indicas. Well, you can smoke indicas, but you need to find an indica with a different flavor and that was maybe picked earlier.
Right.
Some of it has to do with trichome development. If all your trichomes are clear and you pick it, it's going to be a very speedy, uplifting buzz.
Yes.
Period. If all your trichomes are cloudy, then you're going to get kind of a balanced buzz. If all your trichomes are amber, you're gonna lay out. It's gonna be like taking RSO. It'll be narcotic in effect. It's gonna put you down.
Right.
Some of it has to do with when you pick those trichomes, but you pair that with the terpenes that are either uplifting or sedative, and you can get a exponential effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, they multiply each other at that point.
Right.
So it's not, just singularly because of one thing.
Yeah. And, anything you use, like if you smoke a joint and then do an edible and then smoke a joint, you're getting a totally different feel from it.
Oh, edibles are completely different. Like
Yeah.
I can't even do edibles. I get like fall down, drooly, drunk on edibles.
Mhm.
And I have to sit. So I get so fucked up on edibles that I have to sit down and very carefully, not with a grinder or nothing, but very carefully sit down and concentrate and roll myself a joint and smoke that joint. It'll bring me down, bring me back down from the edibles. I don't even know how that's possible. How more weed can make you feel less like weed or what, but it's a miracle drug.
It helps fix itself.
It's self-balancing, self-regulating.
Yeah.
Yes, very much so. And then I've got this crazy theory that if you grow it yourself, it's more tailored towards your needs. It doesn't matter what strain it is.
No,
if you spend all day, every day with the plant, it picks up on your biochemistry and it grows to help you as much as it can as a strain.
I've talked to people that grow and they grow it for a specific ailment that they're having and everything. And, they call it, I'm putting love into the plant and it's putting love back into me.
Exactly.
And that's the way I look at it. I think
Exactly.
the more love that's put into any kind of cannabis, it's going to give you more back. It's a God plant. So it is going to do whatever.
It definitely is special, and lots of plants adapted to make themselves or evolved to make themselves more desirable to the human species. Just like some plants, excuse me, have evolved to make themselves more desirable to bumblebees or butterflies or
right.
Whatever it is. The cannabis plant early on picked out humans because it's been in our culture, in our medicine chest or realm of use since caveman days.
Yes.
Cannabis is as a plant is older than we are, and we found it right away and started carrying it all over the planet. And it's gone everywhere we've gone, and that's what helped to spread it to so many different areas so early on, to the point that it's had all this time to evolve into sativa.
And as humans, we got stupid and made it illegal.
Not all humans did that. There are some
true.
places that never even fooled around with stuff like that. But I think it was part of some like UN trade agreements or something where everybody had to make it illegal. All the different countries made it illegal at one time early on. They came together and made a choice.
And now,
and that's the same agreement that's hindered it. That's the reason that we have to go to Schedule 3 and that we can't just go straight to legalization, is because we have treaty agreements we have to abide by, and we're not allowed to take a Schedule 1 substance off the schedule. Now, once it becomes Schedule 3 and sits there for a while, guess what? We are allowed to remove a Schedule 3 substance. So there's a path to that, but it can't be done in one leap.
it's got to go to 3 first.
It's got to go to 3 first.
Right.
Which is still a prescription medication. It's a Vicodin, it's a Xanax, it's
Wellbutrin and all of that.
Yeah. It's still a controlled substance. Well, hi, Andrew Miller. Thank you for being new to the live. Normally, we sit and talk about plants quite a bit, and we are going to do plants next. In fact, let me get the plant cam here. And we'll go and check on some ladies. Or maybe I can just get the plant cam and do some of the pictures, show the pictures that I had made earlier today.
That's my finger, little one.
Oh, he just wants to eat you up. You're delicious. Hey, Thomas. Hey, Dustin. If you're just getting here, you're going to want to go back and watch the first 40 minutes of this afterwards, because we have an amazing guest. And We showed his story at the very beginning. But
Yes.
at what age did it begin to become like an issue, a problem? Was it from the time you were young or when you got older?
At 5 years old, I can remember shaking. So, you know, kids were making fun of me at 5. So, you know, it's from birth. You're born with it. My dad had it. Both of my sisters had it. My oldest sister committed suicide because of it. Because it is something that gets to your mental health, something fierce. You can't do things. You can't. I mean, it's hard to explain. It is a mental challenge along with the physical challenge. Holding jobs down you can't hold a job down. They see you shaking, you're a liability, especially if you're working around electricity, you're working on cars, which is what I did. Most of my life, I built cars in my garage at home as a hobby. I worked on robotics, and I was an electromechanical technician.
Man,
So-
those are amazing accomplishments considering what you had to work through
Yeah.
and go over.
And I've had a blessed life. I just couldn't hold a job down more than a year or 2, 3.
Right.
You know,
right.
at first I worked for Oklahoma City Schools for 14, 15 years. And then it started getting bad. And it got to the point where I'd work for a place for 2 or 3 years, and they'd catch me shaking somewhere, and that'd be the end of that job.
It's not letting me add this camera. I don't know why. All right. It's not letting me add this camera. Sherry says, thank you so much for sharing your story. She's so happy
You're
that
welcome.
cannabis is helping you. Cannabis is helping Sherry quite a bit too. Luckily, Sherry's been able to get growing, and she sent me some pictures earlier. Maybe I can just show pictures on here. Let me see.
Yeah.
She sent me some pictures earlier of one of the plants that she's growing. It's a rum dosey dub.
Oh, that looks nice.
Yeah, it looks
Nice and
really
frosty.
nice. It's a beautiful plant. I don't know if it's gonna be like all blurry if I put it up here.
Looks pretty good.
Fair.
Fair.
I know that camera is really good from a distance, but it's not very clear when you get up on it. Oh, and I did get a message from Black Lopez over on YouTube. So he's growing some of the Nancy's Own genetics. If you go over there and give him a little follow, it's Black Lopez on YouTube. He's doing a really nice job. I'm really surprised. I'm really happy with him so far.
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt growing here pretty quick.
And I just peeked at the videos that he's got in there, and the last one, I'm not even going to bring up the subject because it's very controversial, but I'm going to go watch it after tonight. Yes, I'm going to go watch that because it's a subject I've been watching a lot about. But we're not going to say what it is. Jeffrey's here on the live. He just sent this gorgeous pic.
Oh, look at that. That's beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Super, super frosty. The mystery machine. He sent me some of these beans. I've got them over there. We're going to work them into the breeding projects.
Oh, okay.
I gotta grow one up first and see what turf group it's going to go best with. Check out its structure and, know how it grows. But after I figure out how one grows, we're definitely going to. There's one. You don't have to see up close. That's a dark Jedi in the breeding room.
Oh, man.
And yeah, its bud's almost black.
It is.
This is the, where is it? This is the girl that we've been watching in the other tent in there. Our late flower plant is just about ready to pick.
Oh, that's looking.
I'm not picking this one because I've seeded it and I have to wait for seeds. But if you started growing at the beginning of this series, when we did how to start a seed and seedling care, you should be looking at your plants right now to see if they're ready to chop. They're going to be ready to chop. You don't need any special equipment. They're going to be ready to chop if the buds are dense, sticky, and you want to get them at the peak of density and the peak of smell. You're going to pick a bud, not a flower. You pick a flower, it's going to be all fluffy, and it's going to. You can go too long. When you go too long, the flowers open up.
Mm-hmm.
Just like other flowers do, and they start to foxtail, and they do weird stuff, and they go through rhodolization, which is self-pollination, and a last-ditch effort to preserve its genetics. So you don't want to go through all that. You don't want it to go long. You want to pick it while it's still a bud. I know they look like they're getting bigger, but you're not getting more weight. You're just getting fluffier bud after a certain point.
Yeah.
So you want to pick it at the peak of smell and the peak of density. And you'll know because you'll be coming home to your house and you'll be like, damn, I could get arrested for this because of the smell. Like we've all been alive when it wasn't legal. So, that's the first feeling that comes to mind sometimes when I walk in the house and all I smell is dank. It's like, oh my God, I'm glad this is legal.
Yeah. I'm just glad because I walk around places and people are looking at me. You smell like pot. Yeah, there's a reason for that.
Yeah, Black Lopez over on YouTube. Check out his channel. He's growing the orange rum Dosey Dub. And it's looking really, really nice. Yeah, Sherry, that was one of the ones that we were injecting to do the reversal. So it's not smokable. And I just have to wait and get some seeds. I can't even make RSO with that stuff because it would have heavy metals in it.
Yeah.
So the pollen recipients, though, those are all up for grabs for RSO. Once we clean the seeds out of those, they're perfectly able to do it. And there is a Durban in there. It's a double Durban. One of these. It has a V on it. It's the Auto Double Durban THCV.
Right.
And this one is supposed to be pretty good for a lot of different things and not be like a stony high.
Right.
And I do think that this might help with the tremors some.
That's why I want to use it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you not this package. I'm gonna get you several a bigger.
Okay.
Or add some more little vials so that you have a bunch because you're gonna want to start at least 3 seeds in a pot.
Right. It's
an auto flower. They're really easy to stunt out if you're not already good at driving them. And once you get good at driving them, you can drive any plant. And you'll do way better at your photos. You'll be like, oh man, I was just keeping them alive before. Yeah, there's a difference between being alive and thriving.
Right.
And auto flowers are not going to produce weight or get very big unless they are thriving. And if they're in really good condition and they're thriving really well, they'll grow in veg longer. They'll keep growing before they flower. If they're under any kind of a stressful condition or they're just, they're like, I'm not feeling it, they'll just flower out and they can be very, very small when they flower. Okay. But
that's what happened to when
I
grew last time.
Yeah, I can show you some of the ones in there. In that room, there is taller than me. And then in this room over here, I used just peat, I think. No mix. Just bales of peat moss.
Right.
And no perlite, no nothing else. It was an experimental thing because they're on the auto pots. We were thinking, that it would be just like hydroponic kind of, but it's not working out well. Those plants are half the size in there. How often do you have to medicate to keep the tremors away?
I medicate at 8 o'clock in the morning and at 4:20 in the afternoon, and that pretty well does me for the whole day.
Nice. And then the RSO before bed, of course.
Yeah, and RSO I usually do between 8 and 9, depending on how I feel at the time. And sometimes I forget until 9 o'clock and don't. But it usually takes till, if I take it at 8 o'clock, about 11 o'clock, it'll start calming my inner tremor down. It takes a while before it really starts getting, I'll get high before it starts calming my tremors down.
What's your question, Andrew? We're always here to answer questions. Stephanie said she chopped hers last weekend and they went into their 2-month cure today. And waiting is such a struggle. Waiting is a struggle, and that's why I prefer fresh cannabis. As soon as it's able to be smoked, I can smoke on it. Now, if I was a good grower and I grew a whole bunch of it, there will be enough to cure. But if I messed something up that time and stunted it out and there's not a whole lot of it, then it may not even make it to be cured before it's all gone and smoked. Dustin says he can't find him on YouTube. It's all one word. Black Lopez on YouTube, I believe it's, or drop your link, Lopez. Hey, Jane, you're not too late. Do the effects last between doses?
Yes.
Dustin says, once you figure out what you're doing, they are pretty easy. Yeah, the autos, once you figure out how to drive them, how to keep them growing, how to encourage them to just grow as big and as fast as they can. Nobody does that with a photo period. Number one, because they're like, oh, I'll have too much space between branches and too much space between buds. So in our instincts of growing photo periods, we're trying to make them small and bushy.
Right.
And that's the opposite of what that autoflower needs. It's already going to be small and bushy if you don't do nothing. But if you can drive it, if you can make it chase that light and chase the water and build a big root system and give it lots of room, depth.
Right.
The pot being deeper is much better than the pot being wide. I'd rather see you grow in a 2-liter bottle than in a 3-gallon terracotta pot.
Right.
Because the 2-liter bottle is much taller. You're just being a pain in the butt, Nuggums. I'm going to have to take you to sit with your daddy.
Talk. Whoa.
Oh, you
What was
shouldn't
that?
talk. That was his girlfriend, Ivy, who's currently on kennel restriction because she just got fixed.
Yeah.
Oh, he's also growing a space skunk. Those are our testers for Foster skunk. So I can show you a couple of those before you leave too.
Okay.
They're doing really well. And Garlylocks. Garlylocks is our big winner. We had somebody get 585 grams off one plant.
Oh, wow.
And that's huge for an auto. And I've had a couple of different people tell me that they had over 500 grams. They didn't measure. They didn't know exactly how much, but that they had, more than they got tired of weighing it.
You do get tired after a while.
Uh-oh, Cassidy said her puppy's barking now. Well, don't make other pups bark. You're making all the pups bark. Mona said she got 3 plants moved to your house when you had to shut down a good friend's grow room. They apparently came, so they all come with those little mites. Every plant you bring into your house from anywhere comes with bugs.
Yeah.
And it's just, that's the inevitability. And that's another reason that I don't grow photo periods, is because the bugs just keep getting passed around. And my autos come from seed. They were not born with bugs on them.
Right.
If you start all your plants from seed, the chance of having bugs is a lot lower. The type of bugs that are devastating. Now you'll still get some soil insects. You'll get some fungus gnats, and you'll get some. What else? You can get aphids if you're growing them in a greenhouse. Aphids will attack the autos, but generally you don't get infested with the aphids because they just don't have enough time to establish.
Right.
They take longer. What do you use to get rid of the little mites, Mona? Man, the best thing that you can do, this works, if you put this one ingredient up against every bug spray in the world, it's 80% as effective as anything else.
Oh, yeah.
And that's just plain water. Harass them with water. Nobody wants to live in a place where it rains 3 times a day. So spray the garden hose or the shower head upside down if you've got one of those pull-off shower things. If you don't, go get one of those because they're great for washing plants in your bathroom in the wintertime. I take them outside and use a garden hose and a wand in the daytime in the summer, but I can't do that in the wintertime. So I always have to have a spot in the shower to shower them off. But if they start to get infested with some sort of a creature, then yes, you're going to make it rain upside down every day. If you have a lot of creatures, you're going to want a lot of water. If you don't have any creatures yet, a light mist twice a day will work wonders in veg to keep any bugs from setting up residence.
Good to know.
Azamax you can use. Just be careful of the ingredients are azadirachtin, and if you get too much azadirachtin in your system, it's kind of like lead. Every time you ingest it, it stays there and builds up and builds up and builds up, and at one point you'll get azadirachtin poisoning, and the symptoms are exactly the same as hypermeiosis syndrome, which hypermeiosis syndrome is puking and pooping uncontrollably. The weather in Oklahoma right now today was like 94, 95 degrees. It's going to get better next week.
Yeah. They're saying tomorrow.
Let's hope. We hope. We hope.
We've had summer way too long this year.
It's also systemic in the plants. So the same way that it's systemic in the plant ash, it's also systemic in humans. It gets into your system. It stays there. It doesn't go away.
Right.
So just be wary of stuff that is systemic, because most of the time it's also systemic to us. Jeffrey said his son had hypermeiosis. That's no joke, and it's nothing to play with, even though it is a wonderful, wonderful plant. And I don't believe the plant itself causes that. I believe that it's either fertilizers, nutrients, things that we're adding to it. We're adding things to it in much larger amounts than it would be getting in nature.
Right.
So you have to take into the fact that if you're fertilizing a plant, you're basically altering what it would have normally been if it just grew in a fertile field.
Right.
There's that link. You can go check them out. Oh, thank you, Dustin. Yeah, that's kind of uplifting and relaxing at the same time. So the grimy bubblegum is the only regular non-feminized autoflowers that I have that you can like keep a male and pollinate all your girls and make a bunch of seeds and then just have seeds for the rest of your life and not have to buy them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Which, that's how I became a breeder. Was I don't want to buy those things.
Yeah.
Them packages are expensive. And in fact, somebody was showing me in a group chat that I'm in earlier, this guy's got some packs out, and it's 6 feminized seeds, and they're $400, and they're only a few packs, and then they're gone. And then the next round, like the F2s, is going to be $600, and I'm like,
geez.
I can't afford those. I can't afford those. Thanks to my Canna fam, I did manage to get a house, though. I don't live in a camper anymore. So it's a little easier to do this kind of interview thing when we don't have to sit side by side at the picnic table.
Right.
Yeah. And you're 6 foot tall. You'd be hitting the ceiling when you stood up.
Yeah. I do that a lot. I used to tell people that's why I was bald.
Yeah.
Scraping my head on ceilings.
Scraping your head on ceilings. Jeffrey wants to know, have you gotten any pink? The pink's only 10% on that grimy bubblegum, but they're beautiful, brilliant pinks. They go everywhere from dusty rose to neon pink.
Oh, really?
They are some of the prettiest flowers. And I know the website is having trouble this weekend. I can't get with the developer until Monday. When you go to the shop, like everything's gone. Just hit that search button, put in auto. Yeah, if you put in auto or put in femme or put in any strain name that you know that you're looking for. But if you put in, like I put in double today and I ended up with a whole bunch of strains. Everything that has double grape in it and everything that has double in the name.
Oh.
So you can kind of search through the lineage. If you're looking for one of the Dark Jedi crosses, you can just put Dark Jedi. It should come up with all the Dark Jedis and all of their crosses. What are you so whiny about? I'm gonna need to play us one of our. Should I replay the? Raise your hand if you didn't get to see the video at the beginning of this live. If you didn't get to see the video, I'm gonna replay it right now for you. If you weren't here an hour ago, it's a short video. He says no pink yet. Oh, nice, Mona. Yeah, Tom's tumbler is the thing. It's a mesh wire tumbling cage that the buds just tumble around in. You put a toad under it and the leaves fall through.
Oh, yeah.
But it's super gentle and you don't lose Keith. There's like nowhere to even catch Keith. Now, I guess you could put like a bunch of buds in it and use the small screen. They have a Keith screen that you can use where you can put a bunch of buds in it, use the Keith screen and spin it real fast and it'll knock Keith off.
Right.
But it just tumbles like a dryer. It's very gentle. And as the buds tumble over, they lose most of their leaf. And you still have to fine tune it, but the fine tuning is fast.
Yeah.
It's quick. It's like snip, snip on
I've
each
seen
bud.
those,
It's like
yeah.
2 snips for a bud. You might have to get a little stem here, a little leaf there. That bud's done.
Okay.
Makes it really easy to trim. He said not pink yet, but the buds are beautiful. So on the grimy bubblegums, you can get pink from the very beginning. You can have a pink huge stem. You can get pink, not that it may wait until the last 2 weeks of flower to show pink. It can show up at any time in any hue of pink.
Yeah.
It's
you just
crazy.
don't know, huh?
It's crazy. I'll have to show you the pictures of it. I just sent them to somebody the other day. It's not this one. Oh, and I have forgot who I just sent them to. Dun, dun, dun. It's not that either. Yeah, I'm good at this, huh? All right, then you get down. You are a little barker. Maybe.
Yeah, I was taking 23 pills when I first started taking RSO and getting into the cannabis and using it as medicine. And it was.
I'm not that stoned. I found it. So this is the Dusty Rose.
Oh, wow.
This one's going towards neon. That's the same flower later. That's a close up of one of the neon flowers. That was like a little video of.
Oh, that's cool. Look at all this.
Everybody's like, what are they watching? But yeah, that's the grimy bubble gum. But look at this one. Look at this
Oh,
picture.
man.
And people were like, it's not really pink. That's Photoshop. Wait, what about the green leaf?
Mhm. Yeah.
And I've zoomed in on that. That's the original picture. It's not
Oh,
Photoshopped.
man. No, it's not Photoshop.
It's not Photoshopped. She's gorgeous pink.
It is.
So, and we're hunting the pink, but you only get the pink. That's another dusty rose pink. This is the color you get most of the time. Most of the time, you get this awesome light green that just always looks like it wants to be pink.
Mm-hmm.
See how the unders of the leaves are
Right.
pink? You'll get like little bits of pink, but it doesn't really come through. But then this is like the least amount. That's the dusty pink. I know you guys can't see that. I'll have to repost that. There's a bowl of the pink leaves that got picked.
Yeah.
Look, here's a pink one with a blue swimming pool in the background. So you can tell it's pink. There's a blue swimming pool.
It's definitely not Photoshopped. I've seen those in person.
Syntax has a unicorn piss outside that turned red. Oh, nice. I'm glad, Amanda. Hey, Patrick Chustine's in here. Nice to see you, Patrick. We still have 109 people in here.
Nice.
He wants to know what week you should start giving the bloom nutrients. If you're growing autoflowers, give your veg nutrients until you see it slow down. As soon as the plant starts to slow down, go ahead and switch to your bloom needs. But if you can keep it just stretching, if it's still stretching, and you don't see any hairs yet, stay on the veg needs, because the veg, you can extend the veg quite a bit if you do it right. And then you get a big plant. All right, so we are going to play this again. But I'm going to have to step away because I cry. Well, because I know you personally.
Yeah, I cry too.
And I know the guy who made the video personally, since he was like a kid to us. He was young. He wasn't married. He didn't have no babies. He barely had fuzz on his face.
Mm-hmm. Barely.
And
just that, I don't even know if it was an Apple phone that he was using to begin with. I think it was just
no, I think he just had a regular Android phone, and he was just out there taking pictures, and now he's this world-class cannabis photographer going to all the events and jet setting all across the country, and I'm so proud of him.
I am too.
And I think I'm just tickled that that's the kid. That kid used to take pictures of us at events, and I used to take pictures of that kid taking pictures of people because I was like, this is so cool. This kid's taking pictures.
He's so cool. He's in California, in LA now, or I think he may have gone up north now.
He's jet setting all over all the time. I can't keep up with him either. But we're gonna play this video again. That's why episode 1, and let everybody who wasn't here in the beginning
see it.
Sherry said she cried when she watched it, but it's amazing. Hi, Michael. I'm glad you're back. Yeah, we're going to play it again for the people who missed it.
I'm just glad.
JT said it got me too. All right. Well, if it really got you the first time, here's a break to go grab a drink or a snack.
Or smoke.
Or smoke. Grab a smoke. I'm definitely going to take the chance to roll one during the break. And we'll be back right after the video.
That's why TV. We are starting this thing off today. Today we're headed over to Steve's house. Steve suffers from acute seizures. He suffers from, it's basically what we're walking into. We're walking into his house. He's unmedicated. He uses a medication that is obviously infused with cannabis oil to help alleviate his essential tremors. I talked to his family. His family's basically saying, hurry, about 15 minutes away. He can barely walk straight. We are going to be walking into an actively stressful situation. If stressful situations make you stressed, then I suggest you bounce, because even your boy's a little bit. Just kidding. This is what I was meant to do. This is it right here. All right, cool. Here we go.
The worst I've ever seen him.
The worst?
The worst.
Okay.
This is the worst he's ever been.
Let's get it done. Believe in the power of the healing of the Holy Spirit.
Yes, we need to pray over him.
Let's go.
We need to get.
Steve. Hey, baby.
Amen.
Let's get this prayer going.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's okay. You're okay.
All right, bro.
All good. Y'all ready to pray?
Yes,
Yes, let's pray.
God, thank you for this day. Thank you for this time, Lord. I just ask that you continue to allow the healing of your Holy Spirit. Steve,
Opportunities.
I love you.
I love you, Mom.
He's got a test over there that he wants to.
Yes, you
have to get up.
Let's
Ready?
do the touch nose and that stuff
Okay.
first, and then we'll
Okay, let's do
do
it.
the water.
I'm ready for you. You ready?
I don't know.
You can do this.
Give me a minute.
That finger. Good job, good job, good job.
Good job.
Good job. Okay. Both of them. Right finger. It's all right, it's all right.
Good
it's all
job.
right.
Good job.
Left finger. Good job, good job.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job. Doing great, Pops. You're doing great. I love you.
Empty, right?
Yep. Not full.
Good job. Good job.
You did it. You did it.
Crushed it.
Okay. Ain't nothing left for it.
It's all right.
Okay.
Top one's the right.
Spirals are straight first.
Spirals and then straight. Straight line, all the way across.
Yeah. They rode through the mountains.
You kept it on the paper though this time.
Yeah.
You're doing good. You got this.
You got bacon and pops.
You got this, babe. You got this. We're almost there.
Oh, wait a minute.
Okay, it's okay.
You're all right,
It's
brother.
okay. We got you. We got you.
Can we go ahead, Nancy?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
need to.
Let's
No,
dose.
I'm finishing.
Okay.
I'm
No.
finishing.
Okay, it's up to him. It's his video.
I'm finishing no matter what.
You're strong, brother.
I love you.
Let me know when you're ready. Let's go, brother.
Yep, this is your last time. We aren't gonna do this anymore. I got your paper. Masterpiece right there.
Let's
It's a masterpiece. Let's dose. Let's dose.
I'm gonna sit for a minute.
You want to sit
Okay.
down?
Yeah, I'm gonna sit for a minute.
Do you want to use the dragon?
Yeah. I want to use the
You want to use the regular formula first?
yeah, the 87.
He hasn't dosed since yesterday.
Getting good.
Get him good.
Hold on. Rub it in. Don't.
All right.
Yeah. Oh.
You look like you're more relaxed than you were just a minute ago, for sure.
There's my friend.
You want some more on your wrist?
Please.
But look how much calmer you are.
There we go. That's probably a little over 6. But
That's right.
Perfect. That finger. Perfect. Arms out. Right finger. Left finger. Perfect. All right.
Another water.
Yep.
That's already better.
It's amazing. Oh, now you're showing off. Look how amazing that is. Not dosed and dosed. Amazing.
5 minutes.
And what took all of almost 10 minutes took not even a minute.
Oh, it took me that long to do that, Volvo.
Almost.
Last time, dude. No more of that, okay?
No,
Never again.
I can't. And that's why.
Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Does anybody remember these little bitty drinks with the tinfoil on the top of them?
Yeah.
I saw them at the grocery store, and I got such a big kick of nostalgia. I was like, I have to have those little drinks with the tinfoil on the top of them. I was like, that's plain sugar.
Yeah.
Like,
it is.
yeah, well, I traded
still good.
Pepsi's for these tiny little tinfoil drinks, and now I don't know that I can even get into it. So you guys are going to have to watch me struggle for a minute. Yes, that is on YouTube. And you just need to look up Steve Miller and Tremors, and you will find a bunch of videos on YouTube.
Hey,
It just
Ronnie.
happened to be one that we put on.
I actually saw a name on
Hey, Ronnie. How are you, Ronnie? The reason it's not is because it's Schedule 1. It's federally illegal in the United States. Just as they're called little hugs. These are called something else. I don't know what it is. I can't remember already. Yes, it runs in families, and that's unfortunate. I'm sorry. Michelle said her kid's drinking one right now. JC says, Steve, you are amazing. You are such an amazing advocate to help us with bringing some awareness to how cannabis can help people.
I want to start doing more of that, getting out and talking, maybe giving speeches.
Maybe
giving
going to the
classes.
Capitol.
I'll do that again too.
The Capitol is where I go, but I haven't been up there since I had a little fit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did dose in front of Mickey Dolan. Not the monkey one.
Yeah. Our Senator Dolan.
I did show him how it
representative.
worked, and he was pretty happy with the results. He said, "Yeah, it's truly medicine for sure." It just amazes me how many people realize after they see the transition from me going from full shakes to me now. It's just amazing to me how much my life has changed because of it. We wouldn't be sitting here talking.
No.
Not this
No.
long, for sure.
Oh, no, not at all. In fact, I remember when I first met you, you could come out for, maybe 30 minutes, and then that was it. It was overload.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. I was having a lot of anxiety problems, a lot of stress problems. Essential Tremors, we basically make anxiety because the tremors are bouncing you around and everything. And
Yeah.
you just make anxiety. It makes you anxious.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
An anxiety machine.
mhm.
Oh, thank you, Dustin. He said, strong, amazing, determined man. I commend you, sir. Cannabis saved my life as well. You're in my prayers.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hi, Matthew. Jess said her dad has Parkinson's from Agent Orange. Man.
That's a big problem.
Like I said, he only has low symptoms. Well, hopefully cannabis can help or has helped.
Yeah, mine were pretty low until I got around 40. They were manageable. When I turned 40, right in there, it started getting worse. And then when I hit 50, I mean, it just went
Full
nuts.
blown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's basically at 55, I retired because I couldn't find a job. Nobody would hire me. I'd go in shaking. They wouldn't hire me, and I don't blame them. I wouldn't hire me either. Because you're a liability when you go in there shaking like that and trying to do any kind of electrical or mechanic work. But the good thing is now I'm able to do mechanic work. I'm able to work on things like I used to.
Right.
And it makes me feel like I'm back to being a human being again. I'm back to being me for once. My life has changed so much in this.
I remember your post.
Yeah.
I remember your post the first time you mowed the grass.
Yeah.
That was like, yeah, because it was, I mean, but wouldn't mowing the grass like make you feel like you still have essential tremors? I mean,
it does. It's the weed eater is the worst thing because you're holding it and it's shaking you. And when you get through, I'm back shaking for a little while because I have to get through the mechanical side of it. Because
right.
The mechanical side is different from the neurological
electrical side.
Yeah, the electric. So.
Hi, Elliot. How are you tonight? Oh, I'm sorry, Jess.
If anybody out there would like for me to come speak, I would love to come speak to groups about cannabis and how it's helped me. And, my biggest thing is getting research for essential tremors. That's what I want to get, which involves people getting diagnosed. A lot of people won't get diagnosed because they're embarrassed or whatever, and that's what I want to do is get people diagnosed so we can get some real research done and hopefully more research done with cannabis on it, because I really think that's what's going to control it the best.
Yeah.
All the other medicines I've been on made me so loopy or sleepy or stupid. They weren't worth taking. The side effects are so bad with
the doctor's approach is to suppress the nervous system and to really, drive you down, and basically put you in a state where you're not functional anyway.
Right. And that's where I was for years, is just in that, I called it side effect alley.
Side effect alley, yeah.
Because once you get there, you can't get out.
Just sitting here killing my internal organs.
Yeah.
Another model.
But now I only take 3 pills. One of them's bare aspirin. One of them is for cholesterol. The other one's for blood pressure. And I'm probably going to be taking off the blood pressure pretty soon.
Yes. So definitely while you're on the RSO and as you're titrating up, keep an eye on your blood pressure, because what'll happen is the RSO will take care of your blood pressure issue, and then you'll take a pill to lower it and it'll get too low.
Yeah.
So make sure that you're actually still having high blood pressure or high blood pressure symptoms if you continue to take the high blood pressure medication with the RSO.
Right. I did too. I knew it was getting too low. But I didn't know really what I should do about it, because without the RSO, I'm not going to sleep, and that's worse.
Right.
So, I went to my cardiologist, and they took my blood pressure, and it was 100/62, I think. And she said, we may have to start talking about what we can do here. And she said, I know you can't quit taking your RSO, so we'll get rid of the pill instead. So, and I was so pleased at that. She's real good. She saw me not dosed. And then when she saw me dosed, she walked in the room and said, you're not shaking. What's the matter? And I told her that I dosed that day. And she said, well, keep going. She's doing it. She said, we're not supposed to tell you that, but
Make sure you get
that
dosed.
that's your savior.
And if you are dosed when you go to your doctor, please let them know.
Yes.
Please let them know. Otherwise, they think it's something they're doing that's helping.
Mm-hmm. That's why the first thing I did when I went to these new doctors is told them that I'm using cannabis. I will use cannabis whether they like it or not, and it doesn't matter. And my family physician looked at me and he says, I want you to use it because I see what it's doing for you. I'm 71 years old and my blood pressure average is around 117 over 72, 73.
Nice.
Yeah. Not too many 70-year-olds can say that.
No,
You know, so
not at all. Hey, Elliot's here. Joseph said RSO made his blood pressure consistently good. Yeah, it does lower it naturally.
yes.
Oh, that's amazing, Elliot. Elliot got some of the RSO, the same dosage, the same one from the same batch that I just gave. I gave Steve the very last of it. He got the rest of it, but I'm going to run another batch soon. He said he hasn't had to use insulin in 3 days.
Wow. Very good.
Super awesome. Super awesome. And his blood pressure, 99 over 56.
That's great.
And he's a 6XLT
Oh, really?
t-shirt.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll have to plug the t-shirt. Elliot just got his t-shirts. They look just like this. Next is in the way. But the white dare t-shirts are out. The website's having issues. I haven't put the t-shirts up. If you want one, just get a hold of me directly and I'll make sure I get one out to you this weekend or on Monday.
I want one.
You want one?
I'm telling you.
I'm going to make sure you get one. I have the black ones too. Those are up there. Make a video of how to make it. So there's legal technicalities with that, unfortunately. And in most states, and Oklahoma is one of them, patients are not allowed to process cannabis at home with a solvent. So, I don't think I can do the video. But, you know, it will continually magically appear in my laundry room from time to time with the garage door open.
Yes.
It would definitely help with your back pain and help with sleep. Yes, your t-shirts will be there on Monday. Hey, Kev, how are you? Much love to you too. Ronnie said his friend went from stage 4 prostate cancer to remission in 8 weeks using FICO and FICO suppositories.
Yeah. That's great.
Al's out there going, yeah. Put it in your butt.
Suppositories are the best thing for
Man, I want to
really
figure
is.
out the formula for the suppository, but that FICO is so thick already, you have to warm it up to get it. I'm pretty sure that if you just put it in the suppository mold and froze it, that's all you'd have to do.
I think so.
Now, it'd be a little cold going in, but aren't they all a little cold going in anyway?
Does it make a difference? Cold or hot? I think I'd rather cold than hot. Yeah.
It'll burn, Al says. It burns in your butt. Nice, Elliot. I'm glad you're getting off some of those meds.
Yes.
I'm sorry you have it. I'm sorry for your tummy, Sherry. Hopefully they get some results when you go in and get that. I think she's doing either the upper, lower, or both GIs on Monday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully she knows
that.
she's got some ulcer issues and some stomach issues, but we love you. And if you want to stay just like one more minute, we will do the giveaways. And the way that StreamYard has been collecting the hashtags on the giveaways doesn't always seem fair. So I'm trying to get away from the hashtags on StreamYard. And what is today? Today is the 21st. Oh, tonight's giveaway is Once Upon a Spell. Oh, you're going to love that. All right, so let me write it down. And this is, you'll have to contact me or Sir Steve-O at GrowFam. All right, our first one's going to be Once Upon a Spell. Our second winner is going to get the Ike Breeds Lemon Pie Lemon Haze. And there's 2 packs in here. There's actually 2 vials in there. So probably 12 seeds at least. And those are going to be Auto Fems. Lemon Pie Lemon Haze. So if you're really into the lemons, get ready.
I like that.
I like all the hazes.
Mm-hmm.
And then our third and final giveaway is going to be from our good friend Tom Manning. And it's going to be the Vivison pH meter and TDS meter combo. Brand new, never opened in the box. I know these don't last forever, but hopefully this one will last you for a little while. If you don't have one, definitely try to get in on the giveaway for the pH and ppm meter. And I like Vivison. I have 2 of their tents. Let me write Tom Manning on here, because whoever gets that one is going to have to give the big shout out to Tom. I can't spell very well. All right, here's our board for tonight. The winners list. Oops, I forgot to put number 3. All right, so we've got the Once Upon a Spell from GrowFam. We've got the Lemon Pie Lemon Haze from Ike Breeds. And we've got the ppm and TDS meter from Tom Manning and Vivison. And I have to think of a fairly easy way to do this. So I think I'm going to do it on the phone. And, oh, that won't work because it won't collect them all. All right. So yeah, we're not doing the hashtag. Let's do pick a number. And I'm going to write the number on here. We'll do closest without going over number between 1 and 1,000. And that one's too easy. Let me pick another number.
That was an easy one.
You saw what I was about to write. All right. And if you get it bingo on the dot, I'm going to scream out loud really fast. It's between 1 and 1,000, so don't go over 1,000. Let me look up my number now. Quite a few people did pick 420, and I did start to write that, but I corrected it. The number is not 420. Try to only pick a number once because it's really hard for me to go through these comments. Unless you picked 420 or you've picked a number that's not between 1 and 1,000. If you picked a number over 1,000 or under 1, you may try again.
This one's close.
But yeah, multiple numbers is kind of frowned upon. I'm going to write that one down for a minute. But there's two there.
Yeah.
What about that one? Is there another one of those? That should be easy to see. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I knew that this is what it was. I keep hoping that even though we only pick one number each, that somebody would get the exact number. Mickey said 9,876. I don't think that's correct, Mickey. No. And he's putting in a lot of numbers. All right. I think we have a winner. And let me find this number again. Our number is 589, and I believe Jason Borg is the closest at 567. I know that Mickey put 578, and he also put 567, but he put the number twice. So that's why we gave it to Jason. Jason did put two numbers, but per instructions, his original number was over 1,000, and he was allowed to add a second number. But otherwise, we take your very first number. And so Jason Borg is our winner for the Once Upon a Spell. Let's see if there's any disputes. No, just more numbers. Yeah. Yes, congratulations. Elliot says that Paul would put 555. I still think that his number was bigger. 567 is bigger. But he was the next closest at 555. Awesome. Okay, yes, congratulations, Jason Borg. You need to get a hold of Sir Steve-O, or you can get a hold of me, and I'll get you over to Sir Steve-O to claim your Once Upon a Spell prize. Next, we have the Lemon Pie Lemon Haze. And let's do a different one for Lemon Pie Lemon Haze. Let's do... All right, so this one should be interesting. All right, I want you to write a time between midnight and noon. So it'll be an AM time. Whoever gets closest to the minute without going over the time that we wrote on, or that I wrote on the board. Closest without going over. Write it in a time format. It's much easier for me to see.
I haven't seen anything close yet.
I haven't seen a close one yet either.
Those are getting there. I like to give hints.
They won't know which one you think is getting
No,
there.
they won't.
Plus, we're getting the comments from YouTube, from different Facebook channels. They can probably only see the comments on the stream
On
that
there,
they're watching.
yeah.
And YouTube, they're not seeing a whole lot of comments. 4 o'clock somewhere, Mickey says. That's really cute. Yep, get your number, get your time in. One time only, please. But I think I've already got somebody who's very, very close. I don't think anybody's gonna beat them. We'll see if anybody can beat them.
Ones that are close are over.
Yeah. Where was he? There. All right, we're giving it to Cody Dewberry at 3:13 in the morning because I had 3:15 a.m. Cody, you got lemon pie and lemon haze. And we were just talking earlier. He's trying to grow a couple of plants. And he was like, well, what should I grow? Well, the answer is lemon pie and lemon haze, Cody Moore. Or Cody.
That lemon haze hits me real nice. I like it.
And all you got to do, Cody, is get a hold of me. We've already been texting back and forth. Just make sure you remind me tomorrow and send your address. I'll be too busy tonight, but if you send me a text tonight, just remind me again tomorrow. It's just 3:15. J. Alex tried to get it in there, but it was already done. And it was already done. Yes, congratulations. Congratulations. Yeah. All right. The last one is going to be the pH meter and combo. And I know everybody loves to do the little wheel thing. So this will be the one that we're going to do the hashtag for. Let me put it in here real quick. Don't guess what the hashtag is going to be because you don't have a clue yet. All right, I'll share it up here. You're going to win, Tom? All right, Tom. Manifest that energy.
Yes.
Manifest that energy. All right. Here's your hashtag, folks. In case you forgot who our guest was this evening.
Yeah.
You can type his name out right now, and that way you'll remember to go look him up on YouTube or Facebook.
That's also my Facebook page. So.
It's also Facebook.
Instagram is Moonpound53.
Ronnie said, tag me on Hashi.
We do that.
Yep, it's collecting up them hashtags. Oh, thank you, Derek. Yeah, if anybody wants to add him, you can just go on my friends list and find him and search him real quick. I know there's a lot of Steve Millers in the world.
One real famous one.
Well, you know, we'll see if he's more famous than you when it's over.
But I am a joker, so
yeah. It's been really wonderful having you here tonight.
I've enjoyed it.
We mostly talk about growing, and if you're at late flower, right now you need to be checking for your density and your peak of smell. And if it seems like they smell louder in the morning, then chop in the morning. If it seems like they're loud at night, then chop at night. It's whatever time during your cycle, because your autos don't care about the light. They don't care whether it's dark or whether it's light. The more light they have, the more they'll grow because they eat photons. They don't require any kind of a dark cycle. And if you want to grow one in your living room and the TV's on, it's still going to bud. Yeah. You don't have to put it in a tent. You don't have to give it the dark.
I wondered about that.
Yeah. And we're going to, he wants to hear, Ronnie says he wants to hear you sing Hot Legs.
Good luck, Ronnie. Maybe
Still, my Cash App.
Really?
If you want to say, if we get enough donations in the Cash App this evening, we might do a rendition.
Legs.
Yes, definitely, Rose. You should go back and take another look at this. Has everybody got their hashtags in? All right. We got 55 entries, but we have 127 people in here. So if you haven't got your Steve Miller up, put your Steve Miller up now. We've got 55. I'm going to watch it for a minute. If I don't see any more, we're going to go ahead and spin for this Vivisun. There's 156 for the pH and TDS meter combo. TDS stands for total dissolved solids. And it'll tell you what's left, how much is in your water before you add anything to it. And pH stands for potential hydrogen. And that will tell you how much hydrogen is in the water, basically. And that is important because it's in this little chemical experiment that we call growing weed. pH makes a big difference.
Yes.
And you want to keep it within a certain range. You don't need to keep it at one stuck number, because if you look at a pH chart, you'll see that some stuff is better when the pH is high. Some stuff is better when the pH is low. Living soil will give you that already. The microorganisms will build the different pH zones, and the plant will never need pH or help with pH, or you don't have to pH your water. I personally am not pHing water. I mean, I guess I should probably open one of these meters and I got a meter in the garage, but I should probably just check it and make sure it's not way off.
Yeah.
We've got 58 entries now. You got one more minute to get your hashtag, and then we're going to draw. And thank you, everybody who came in tonight. Thank you, everybody who rewatched. It's so important to share the knowledge and get the information out there, and to see in real life how cannabis actually helps people. I mean, I could sit here and tell you, buy my seeds, this is good weed or whatever all day long. But if it didn't help people, I wouldn't grow it and I wouldn't do it.
Right. That's the best reason to do it, is helping people.
Helping people is the ultimate goal. 1/3 of all of the inventory that I package up gets given away for free, which, to people who are deserving, people who are in need, people who win giveaways, people who can't afford it.
Right.
People email me probably once a week and say, I can't afford seeds. Can you help me? And yes, here's a coupon code for a free pack of seeds.
Yeah.
Get them on the website. I would say that at least 3 times a week when I'm going to the post office, I'm sending out something for free.
That's cool.
And all the people who buy stuff help pay the postage for that. So keep buying stuff so I can keep paying the postage to send out the free stuff. We have 60 entries now. All right, 60 is a real good number. So we're going to give the draw. Good luck to everybody. I hope this goes with good karma to somebody who really needs a pH pen and a TDS meter. If you're in hydro, that's a must.
Yeah.
So we're going to root for a hydro grower. Come on, hydro grower. We want a hydro grower. Amber Benamati. Hey, Amber,
Yay.
congratulations. If you're not a hydro grower now, you have the tools to become one. Congratulations,
Yes,
Amber.
congratulations.
Oh, I've then forgot how to spell it. how many A's are in this? Oh, it keeps going
She
by
went
so
by.
fast. 2 A's and an
2 A's.
I. All right. Congratulations, Amber Benamati. Benamati. I was wrong. Benamati. And thank you to Tom Manning for donating the awesome
That's cool.
pH meter and pen set. He actually donated 2 of them, plus that light. He sent me a bunch of stuff. He sent me a Fox Farm Trio that I've already sent to a grower that don't have money to buy nutrients.
Yeah. Cool.
It's already bagged up over there, ready to go out for the mail on Monday. Jason wants to know what's in the Once Upon a Spell package. You know, that's one of the Grow Fam giveaways that I have not looked up and I haven't gotten myself. Like, I know all about the terp stick because I got one in the mail myself one time. And the terp stick is terpene infused chapstick. And man, I love it. The one that I got was Forbidden Fruit. And they're from Sir Stevo, by the way. And you can find them at thegrowfam.com in the merch. If you have weed, and I'm pointing over that way and looking off in the distance because there's some over there that doesn't taste very good, but you really like it and it gets you really high, just put some of that Forbidden Fruit terp stick on before you smoke it, and it gives it a completely different flavor. It's kind of like putting 7-Up in your bong.
Okay.
If you have a bong, you could put 7-Up in there or orange juice, different liquids. It doesn't have to be water, and you'll get the flavor of the liquid. And us old hippies learned that because we didn't have no water.
Yeah.
But that's not where the expression beer bong comes from. And do not waste good beer in there unless you intend to drink it afterwards.
And it does make it a little nasty.
It does. It does. But make sure you get a hold of me, Amber, and I can get your address so I can get that out to you. I really appreciate everybody who stopped by tonight. 125 people in the building.
Yes, thank you for coming.
We got 7 minutes left. So if you hold on just 1 second, I'm going to go pick a few late flowers and bring them in. I need to pick them tonight anyway, a couple. And I'll just do 2 strains so I don't get confused. I do have something I can write on. I'll give it.
Yes, y'all are welcome. I enjoy this. This is what I want to do. I like to talk about cannabis and trying to get help with essential tremors, mental health, cannabis awareness. That's what I like to talk about. Thank you. I've been growing about 1.5 years. I haven't had it trimmed too often. I just kind of trimmed it a little bit about 2 weeks ago. Took about 1/4 of an inch off. I don't have my glasses on, so it's hard to read. Hey, y'all are welcome. Like I said, this changed my life so much. You wouldn't believe the difference. You've seen the video. And that's really kind of how I was every day. I was shaking that hard. I had a bad cognitive problem. And this has straightened it out to where I can actually have a conversation, which is scary. But my life has changed. Y'all wouldn't believe the difference in the way I react with people, the way I talk to people, the way I'm around people. I used to be scared to get out in people. Love you too, Ronnie. So many people didn't ever see me shake because we came out with this product. And listen, I didn't know what to do with my hands. That's why I play with my beard a lot, because I don't know what to do with my hands. They're not shaking and I don't know what to do.
Forever, I know.
Cool. It wasn't forever.
That took me a minute. And I only got 2. And there's probably 20 of them.
Yeah.
Oh, my arm's covered in leaves. I'm sticky, man, and I'm so sticky now too. Stuff is.
Oh, I'm sure.
So this one, and I already kind of trimmed it up a little in there. That's what took me so long. Was Slappleberry Haze. Give that one a little smell. And then this one is Magic Fritters. Take these off. Just really together. And then if you don't know how to trim these, I'm going to kind of show you. You want to go to the base of that stem and knock that leaf off. You want to go all the way to the base of the stem. Even when you get to these smaller leaves, you want to go in at an angle and go to the base of the stem and remove the entire leaf all in one piece. Now, I know they're frosty. If you want to keep them, that's okay. Just keep them separate from your bud, because they're not good for the bud. You don't have to trim them while they're wet, but I'm going to put these in a drying rack, so I don't want them laying on a wet leaf. Here, give this Magic Fritters a smell here.
That smells wonderful.
Yeah, this one is Slappleberry Haze.
My mustache just stuck to this one.
Your mustache is stuck to that one. All right. Well, this one must be for you. But here are two buds that are in that late flower stage. These are lower buds. I'm just taking a couple of testers for myself. I'm waiting for seeds, but I don't think I pollinated this far down the plant. I'm pollinating what's sticking up, basically, and these are kind of tucked in by the main stem or down at the bottom like this one was. But yeah, they're extremely fragrant right now, so that's the time to take them. And I've already put a drying rack in my bathroom. I'll show you. It's the craziest thing. So I can check them every time I go pee.
Yeah. That's the best way to do it.
I'm compulsive about checking the bud while it's drying, and I'm just going to go check them every time I go pee. Brad says he wants babies. Jeffrey said he's going to try to find you. Jeffrey Stoll. If he doesn't find you, try to find him. Brenda, you don't have to know anything about growing.
No, you don't.
Growing is learning. It's basically the very definition of growing is learning. And as long as you're willing to learn, then you can grow. And you can start with zero knowledge like I did. I don't even have a high school education.
They'll actually just grow by themselves outside.
I got a world record though for the highest THC in autoflower, but I don't have a diploma to go with it.
Who needs a diploma?
So, Stephanie, the grass smell does not lessen. The grass smell is a product of microorganisms breaking down the cannabis, and it happens when it dries really quickly and it's really leafy. So, like, I just took the big leaves off, and I do that with every strain that I pick. Normally, I just go in and defoliate the plant. Every leaf that has a long enough stem for me to just pick off and remove, I'll take all those off like a day to 4 days, between 1 and 4 days, or even the day of earlier of harvest. I don't even want to put all those leaves on in the dry room because, yeah, you don't want that hay smell. Right. You don't want a whole lot of decaying matter around. And the bigger leaves tend to have some sort of a blemish or an issue where they're already subject to be decaying. And you don't want that. Ronnie has a cannabis PhD, pothead degree. Hi, Jason. Yes, Buckeye, the plants teach us. Nice. Brenda said her babies are 5 weeks old on Wednesday. Nice. She started by only seeing a plant, and now she has 3 going. Sweet. Sweet. Congratulations. Once Upon a Spell is here. Yay. Once Upon a Spell, you were our giveaway for Grow Fam tonight. And Jason Borg was asking me about the gift, but I don't know enough to say anything because I didn't want to stick my foot in my mouth. But I'm really glad you're here. I did smoke all that weed, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Where's my dab pet? Here it is. And I hear the phone dinging. That's probably the producers telling me to do something. Yes, take all those big fan leaves off when the plant is live. Then you're going to want to ensure adequate airflow, but do not blow directly on the plants. And another thing is, like I said, if you pick it at the peak of smell, you will get more smell in your final product. And that's the way it is. Yeah, that's just the way it works. If you pick it when it's, like there's a peak of smell where it's just screaming. When it's putting out all those terpenes, it's screaming at you. And, when they first start to frost up and get hairy, they don't really smell. You don't smell anything at the beginning unless you get close or touch it. But when it's in the air, and you're noticing that, wow, it's loud in here, start checking the density and look at your trichomes. And I like to pick when they're all cloudy. The winner tonight gets a bar of vegan soap. Very, very cool. Yes. So most soaps are made out of the worst shit in the world, and we just put them all over our body every day. Shampoos are the same way. Man, we put some nasty stuff on ourselves and call it cleaning. But that's another discussion for another day. Maybe you need to come on the show Once Upon a Spell, and we can talk about the importance of not smearing your skin with chemicals to get clean.
Really?
Yeah, so it's always going to be a mix, but you're going to go with what is the majority. If it's majority cloudy, a few clear, a few amber, yeah, go for it. Another thing to look for is the head of the trichome is kind of like a balloon. It's just empty. I'm going to pour it on myself. It's kind of like a little balloon, the trichome head is, and it's going to swell and swell and swell, and then it kind of starts to deflate. You want to catch it while it's still at the swelling stage before it ever even tries to deflate, because once it starts to deflate, it's losing stuff and all your terpenes just left. Yeah. Now, one thing you'll notice is that the top of the trichome head, where it sits onto the stalk, they will oftentimes go like this. When you've seen them make that little bend, get them now. They're about to fall off. You'll lose all your trichomes if they're all bent over, and then you start drying the weed and handling it. But the floor will be very dusty, and you'll have to sweep a lot.
Oh, wow.
Yes, you'll wonder how it got so dusty in that room you cleaned for drying. And go by density. You want it when the flower is nice and dense. If it, you know, if you're in there giving it a little gentle squeeze, you know, once a week from week 4 on, you'll feel it. You'll be like, oh, and it's like picking a fruit. Like you know, you don't pick an avocado without giving it a little squeeze. Don't pick a bud without giving it a little squeeze. But in the instance of avocados, you want to have a little bit of squish. With buds, you want it to be as hard as possible. So pick it the opposite of an avocado. Thank you, guys. We've already run over. You can wait. You do want to wait for so the deal with the hairs is they come out in waves. The first wave of white hairs comes out. And if the plant doesn't get pollinated, the hairs get old enough, they shrivel up, they shrink back in. If the plant does get pollinated, they change color, shrivel up, shrink back in right away, and start making a seed. If it's unpollinated, though, they'll just gradually shrivel and shrink and maybe just turn a little bit of a color and lay against the plant. Then there'll be another set of white hairs and another set. They come in these waves, but you want to chop your plant down somewhere, you know, in the second wave of white hairs is good. If you go past the third and fourth wave, you take a chance of catching seeds. The plant's going to also make nanners with like the fourth set of white hairs, third set of white hairs. It's going to also have a good chance to mutate and make some male flowers with that. Oh, don't worry about it all, Brenda. Everybody that has knowledge wants to share it. Those days of keeping secrets about growing weed are over. It's legal in most places now. If you have amber trichomes and it's still shooting white pistils, yes, you're definitely shooting into herm territory, which it's not herm, it's rhodolization, and all female cannabis plants go through it. And thank God women don't. But when they hit their menopause, they're just like, if they haven't had a baby, they're just like, I can do this by myself.
Yeah.
Who needs a man's pollen? I can make my own pollen.
I'll do it myself.
But thank you guys for joining us. And
enjoyed it.
Congratulations to Amber and Cody and Jason, the winners tonight. Make sure you get a hold of us. I have your name on the board, so if you don't get a hold of us in a day or two, expect to hear from me. I'll be hitting you up. Good night, Brenda. If people came in late, I'll play the video one more time at the very end. If you want to see it, but I think most people go back and rewatch. It's at the beginning and it's at the middle. The video plays at 1 hour in and it plays at the top of the show.